So this video right here I'm talking about again about how to collect so many coins and then collect your item, because what I did before, my previous video about the 10 coins, it works but it doesn't work, because I had it set up where I only had one package of 10 coins for one item. I didn't have any more items, just that one. And I used the variable statement, I used the coin to test the coin information out, and it worked for one, but I had to kind of fudge it a little bit to make it work. So now I'm able to collect a lot, because before my previous video I can only collect 10 and then get my item. When I tested it out, I had collected more coins, and I got the item and took all my coins. And so now I'm able to just it'll subtract whatever I have left. So this time when I grab the 10 coins, it subtracts. See, it subtracts it, and now I can't get this one because I don't have 10. So my previous video only had one item, and I had to collect 10 coins. And then I could pick up that one item. But if I put more items in there and try to collect it, it wouldn't work correctly. And I'll try to demonstrate that in a minute. So can't grab any more, so I'm gonna grab more coins. Grab that one, and then I'm able to press enter and use my. So I have a count of 2 now. I used it. And there's also a blinking code that I'm going to talk about too, like how to make it fade in and out. So I press enter, I can't use anything. Grab it, now I can press enter and use it. And I used it. So I'm going to talk about that. Alright, so before my previous video, see, I'm using a global event now. Before I wasn't using global. I went to the score and I used the test score, and here I had to say 8 for some reason. I couldn't say 10. I had to say 8, otherwise it wouldn't pick it up correctly or something, and I had to change equal to larger than, and then press OK. And then in this area right here, I had a. You can watch my previous video on that, but I believe I used a set score, and I said 0. So it didn't matter how many if I had more than one item in there, then I would collect. I would have maybe like 12 coins. I would collect the item, and it would make all my coins I had go to 0, and I should still have 2 left. But right here it states that once I use all my coins, or whatever coins I'm using, it's going to jump to 0. So it didn't work correctly. So it's a basic way of doing it, the easier way of doing it, but now I'm going to show you a little more complex way, but it's more efficient and it works so much better. So I'm going to delete this set score and delete this test score that I talked about in my previous video. And now, so in the object, the 10 coins here, you want to grab a variable, grab this icon, and you want, when you collide with the item, you're going to say global dot amount 1, and then set the value to 10, because that's how many it costs to buy the item. And then you're going to say greater than or equal to. So if it's equal to 10 or greater than 10, then it's going to pick it up. For some reason, equal didn't work. Equal to. I had to use greater than and equal to, or equal to, because equal to didn't work for some reason. So this works. All right, and then you drag over a start block. Then you say destroy the item. then you're going to say this global. If global dot amount 1, Pac-Man sign less than, I believe, 0, then is basically saying, what this is basically saying is it's subtracting 10 from the item. So whatever you have left, and I believe that's why you need this code in here for the if statement, whatever you have left is going to keep that up there in the score, but it's only going to subtract 10. So whatever you have left, either you have 10 and you use it all up, or you have more than 10, 11, 12, or whatever. It's only going to take 10, and it's going to give you the remaining amount, which was maybe 2, 1, whatever. You have 12 coins. It would only take 10. You have 2 left. So I think that's what that if statement is talking about. So it's going to subtract it correctly and give you the remainder of whatever you have left, if you have anything. All right. Then this other code here is going to state that when you pick it up and it subtracts the amount, the 10 coins, then it's going to give you one package at the bottom of the screen, which I just showed you, and that's, let me show you what I'm talking about. So when you grab this coin, it's going to subtract the amount right here, of course, and then you're going to have this 0 is going to turn to 1. So that's what's happening there. It's going to give you a 1. So you can change this to 2, whatever. You get 2 if you wanted to, but I just have it set to 1. So I'm going to gain 1 item from it, and then I'll be able to press enter to use it. But I'll go into detail with that in a minute. Alright, and then the step event. This step event is talking about the fade in and out. You can change this. I believe if you wanted this to go faster, you just change the 0 to like 2, and it's going to go. I think slower. Oh, faster. See how fast it went. So you can mess with the speed right here. I didn't bother with these numbers here. I'm not sure what they do exactly, but I just mess with this and it slows it down. So that would save on, see, now it goes slower. So that would save on images, so you don't have to have so many images to make it fade in and out. You just need that code, and that's going to make it fade in and out using image alpha and length direct current time. And I tried to do that on my fake 3D, and this code didn't work for it, so I'm not gonna talk about that. For some reason it didn't work. Okay, so then I have this O global here, right here. Right click, start the game, and you're gonna say amount 1 equals 0. You can change this to whatever you want, but it has to match the other information I just talked about when you collide with the item. The item has to be the same information. See, ammo 1, that has to repeat right here as well. So if you change this to this amount, it has to be amount here. Otherwise the code won't work. So when you start out the game, you have 0 for the amount, for your score, for your score as well as your item. They're both 0. So this is your item that's at the bottom of the screen. This is your amount at the top of the screen where it shows your dollar image amount. So that's when you start the game. Then you have a draw event here, and the draw event talks about where the image of the text is going to be at using, this is the text, so it's going to be where that text is going to be at on screen. It's at 54x, and then y is 50, and then the image, draw sprint image, which is going to be this box right here. It's this image right here, the dollar amount. It's going to draw that image on the screen, and it's going to follow you when you move, camera view. And then you have the color of the text and the font style. You know, I have the fonts in here, the font style, font 0, and I have font 1. Alright, so this first portion is going to be blue. So the color is going to be blue, and I use font 0 for the amount in the dollar amount. That's that color, blue. And then the text at the bottom of the screen is going to be white. I use this font style here. And it's got the X is 50, the Y is 450, and the global item 1. So that's talking about when you collect the item, you spend $10 or 10 coins, which is talking about this. Your amount's going to be up there on the top of the screen. And then when you collect one item, it's talking about this item right here at the bottom of the screen, where you're going to have one. You have collected one item at the bottom, and you'll be able to use it when you press enter. So that's that strand of text. The amount and the image is image item 1, which is talking about this image right here, this pouch, sprint image 1. And I've talked about this before. This is nothing new. I've talked about this in my previous videos with the inventory, so it's the same concept. All right. And then that'll give you two different colors of the text when you put it in a strand of code like that. All right, and I do believe that's it. Hold on, maybe not. No, I thought I was talking about when you press enter. So when you press enter, okay, coded sheet, this is what's going to happen. If you have one package after collecting one or two or whatever, it's going to subtract that one, and it's going to spit out that image, that purple image I talked about, and it's called item used. So item used. So instance create, X and Y coordinates, where you want it positioned at, and that is up to you. Where you got to make sure you position this exactly, probably in the middle, crosshairs, so he's going to shoot it out in the right direction. Because right now it's up at the corner there, so it's going to shoot out kind of in an angle. So if you put the crosshairs here, then it should shoot out more in the middle. I can show you that in a minute. So it's not going to move. I have it set up to move fixed in the middle, speed 0. Then alarm is going to kick in. Alarm right there. And then after 50 milliseconds, it's going to be destroyed. So since I centered that now, crosshairs in the middle there, I'm going to just show this real quick and see where it's positioned at now. When I press enter, I can't do anything. Now I'm going to grab one, use it. See, it's more in the center. It's not way over here now because of the crosshairs. I moved the crosshairs. Alright, and I think that's about it. I think I talked about everything now. Oh, and see, when you grab the coin, global, this is the text global. See, global dot amount 1 equals global dot amount plus 1. You're going to gain 2 coins, and that information is going to be projected at the top of the screen. Remember I talked about the global here. So the global, see, global dot amount 1 is equal to 0, so you're going to have 0 coins, and then when you collide with the coins, you're going to gain 2. So this information here has to match here, and so you're going to gain 2 coins every time you collect one. And that should wrap it up. Yep, because I talked about the enter button. It's going to subtract 1. If you have 1, it's going to subtract 1, and then it's going to spit out that purple image. Alright, and that should conclude this video. Thanks for watching.